Hi, this is Brittnee Bond from the Remote Collective, and today I want to talk to you about how to raise funding for your project or your business or sponsorship. Basically, how to get money for your business. And I'm going to share with you the story of how I was able to raise funding for this very video series before we'd even filmed one episode of the Remote Collective video series. So a lot of people ask me about this because I was pretty open about it because I want to inspire other people. I wasn't doing it to brag. I really think that there's so much money in the world and we all are just not accessing it. And so I hope by sharing my story, this can inspire you to go out there and get that money. So I had an idea where I really wanted to share solid content about people working remotely around the world. Something that you could show your manager and say, like, look at these people are doing it. This is how it's really like. And I want to go do it myself. Because as far as I could see, there was only media content out there about selling the digital nomad life, selling the dream of working remotely, where people are like on their laptops on a beach where there's like absolutely no Wi-Fi anywhere near possible. And it really made me angry because I was like consulting for these companies and trying to help them to set up remote work programs or helping my friends work remotely. And all of the people who were looking at it makes sense. They were looking at this media out there and it was like terrible. It was just like, yeah, I'm not going to let my employee work remotely because they're just going to be like off on some adventure on a beach somewhere, right? So I had an idea that I wanted to pitch that to create a whole series where I traveled around Europe for 5 months, filming people working remotely, filming the spaces who host remote workers, like co-working spaces, co-living spaces, and also interviewing companies who allow their employees to work remotely. Well, I had no funding for this, right? And it was just an idea that I had, and I just made it up, and I was like, this is happening. I'm going to make a business out of this. I'm going to make a video series out of this. So the first thing I did was decide that it was happening, and that let go of a lot of energy of whether or not I should do it or not. I was like, this is happening, and now we're going to figure out how to make it happen. The second thing I did was I figured out who had the same, so I'm trying to raise money in this situation, who had the same audience as I did. So who also benefited from being in front of people who work remotely or companies who are looking at possibly having their employees work remotely. And I was trying to line up my audience with the people. It's like basically who was also feeding off of that audience that I could go and ask for sponsorship money from or funding from. And our major sponsor for the series, we pitched to them without ever having filmed anything. We just did like a short like teaser video saying like, this is what we could be doing for you, or we could represent you. And I sold them the dream of like, these are the people that we're going to reach, and it's the same shared audience that you guys have. And our main sponsor is, for the first season, is a co-working software provider. So I'm saying that specifically to give an example of what kind of audience that we went after. So they're a co-working software provider. So their audience is people who use co-working spaces. People who use co-working spaces are people who work remotely, or companies who send their employees to work remotely in co-working spaces. And those are the same people who view our series. So we had the same shared audience, and they wanted to get in front of those people. So we pitched them and said, like, we'll give you X amount of money if you can be in front of X amount of our videos, as the show reel in the front. And it worked. And then we got other sponsors to do stuff. And so I had other smaller sponsors that were similar, where I was able to find a shared audience, give them what they wanted, and everyone was happy, right? And the thing that I'll say is that I was super confident that everything I was going to give them was, going to happen. So I had that confidence before any work had actually been done. I had a set plan of how I was going to do it. So this is like stuff you would put in a pitch deck, right? But the thing that a lot of people miss is the confidence. When you're talking to them, when you're showing them the pitch deck, are you really confident it's going to happen? Or are you still asking them to give you permission that it will happen? Because no one's going to give you money. I always give this example. You bring your car to a mechanic and you say, I need you to fix my car. Something needs like fixing on it. And the mechanic's like, I don't know, maybe I can do that for you. Or maybe not. Do you think I can fix your car? You're going to take that car to somewhere else. You're not going to take that car to that mechanic. So when you're pitching and you're trying to get this money from people, make sure there's a shared audience, have a pitch deck, be super confident that you can give them exactly what you're pitching to them, and then follow through. Like, there's so many sleepless nights that I've had where I'm answering emails, I'm thinking of how I can best show up for the sponsors or the people that have given me funding, because I know at the end of the day that my name is on the line, my business is on the line. And even if they give me the money, and yeah, at that point I could just run away and not do the thing that I said I was going to do. But business is a lot smaller of a network than you realize, like worldwide, especially with like LinkedIn and all this stuff. Everyone knows everyone. And if you're going to be in some niche of an industry, and you want to make sure that everything you're doing in that niche is giving you a good standing and people are thinking of you in a positive way. So really make sure you follow through on that funding. But I will tell you that my lesson for you, my call to action is that there's so much money out there in the world, and I want you to be able to access that money. So if you have any questions about how to raise funding, how to be confident about doing it, how to put together a pitch deck, how to find the shared audience that I'm talking about, please reach out to me, because this is the stuff that I live for. And especially for women entrepreneurs, because I think that so many women don't realize how much money there is out there, and we feel like we almost need to be given permission to even go after that money. So I'm giving you all the permission in the world right now that this is your time to shine, and I want to help you do that. If anything, just to root you on. So please just take this video as an inspiration, as a story that it works. Like, I've proven that it works, and I've done this multiple times in different projects and different companies with different amounts of funding. And my thing is like always bigger and better and keep moving up. So you can do it too. And I hope that this helps you. So this is Brittnee Bond from the Remote Collective, hailing from Cape Town, South Africa. It's beautiful and sunny here. I'm about to go do like 6 hours of business consulting calls, and I hope that you guys all have an amazing day. Hit me up if you have any questions. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe, please. Support us. And yeah, check you out in the next video. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.